So Michael Mariano on Facebook says, Aloha, or should I say kia ora, any hidden gems in Rotorua? Shortest questions we ever had.
Yeah, I like it. Short and sweet.
All right, so Michael Mariano is actually from Hawaii. He's coming on the live chat quite often, and he's going to be spending quite a bit of time in Rotorua and just want to find something which is just a little bit less touristic. Now, Rotorua is famous for quite a lot of things which are really touristic, but they're definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah, so obviously in Rotorua there are a lot of geothermal parks, which are probably some of the most touristy things to go and do. There's Waio Tapu, there's Tepuia, and there's also a lot of sort of Maori tours you can go on as well. There's also really popular hikes like the Redwoods. Everybody loves going to the Redwoods, which is this forest full of California redwood trees. Lots of different hikes to do around there. And yeah, just what else is there? Like the most popular things to do in Rotorua, do a zob or an ogo.
Yeah, it's really popular.
Yeah, like some hamster ball rolling down a hill. So going up the gondola to Skyline, Rotorua, and doing the luge. That's another really popular touristy thing to do. But we'll go through some of the probably less visited places to go in Rotorua. You need to get away from it all.
Just want the place to yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing that we came up with is the I'm going to try that again. The first thing that we came up with is the Hamurana Springs. So now this is the paid activity. It's going to set you back about $20, but it's an amazing natural springs. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You've got all those ferns around it. You've got this turquoise blue water. It is a picture perfect place to spend some time around Rotorua. It is about 15 days. Oh, sorry about that. There's about a 15-minute walk along the way, and it's a little outside of town, but it's definitely worth driving there. So the Hamurana Springs. I'm sorry for mispronouncing this one so bad, but yeah.
Yeah, another place that you can go to near Rotorua is Lake Tarawera, and more specifically the Tarawera Trail. This is a hiking trail along a beautiful lake, and it's definitely a less visited place just outside of Rotorua. You do need to have your own transport in order to get there, but once you get there, there's about a 5-hour walk that you can do. Which takes you to some natural hot springs at a campsite, which is really awesome. A good place to get a little bit of a quieter, free natural hot spring to relax in. And then you take a water taxi transport back to the start of the trail. So that's definitely a really awesome but sort of lesser known attraction around Rotorua.
Speaking of no attraction. I know, okay. It's going to sound weird, but the Redwood Forest in Rotorua is probably one of the most popular things to do because it's cheap to free, and it's really amazing to visit this big massive forest. You can bike and you can walk it. So it is a really popular one, but almost every single time I've been there, I felt kind of alone in those woods. Like, it's not like line of people. It just looks absolutely... It
depends which walk you do.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah. But like almost every single time we've been there, honestly, you feel kind of like alone there. So it's kind of worth considering it if you want to get there. Yeah. Like, I mean, New Zealand is really not that crowded. Like, even let's say you go to Kurio Park, which is right in the city center of Rotorua, which has geothermal, features everywhere. It's totally free. So there is quite a lot of people that goes there. But when you get there, you literally almost see no one because well, you only have a lot of people when there's a big bus coming in. And
yeah, exactly.
So it's quite cool. Now, one of the activities that we'll definitely consider as a hidden gem that we've done is called Wingspan. Now, we have a video about Wingspan on our channel right here. It is a bird of prey sanctuary, is it what it's called?
Yeah.
Bird of prey recovery center. So basically, there is a few native bird of prey in New Zealand, and when they get hurt around the area, they're brought here and they kind of nurture them back to full health and then release them back in the wild. It's an absolutely amazing place to see some of the rarest birds in New Zealand. It actually has been mentioned on the video this week that I called one of the birds the rarest one in New Zealand. It's not. It's the rarest bird of prey in New Zealand. So I'm apologizing for that now, officially on video. But yeah, it's really cool. They also do a show every every day, where you get to see them kind of help the bird practice. So they basically launch the bird, outside, and they kind of call them back with some food and everything.
Falconries.
Some kind of falconry stuff. It's absolutely wonderful to watch, and getting so up close to those amazing animals, it's a one in lifetime experience, because those birds is usually the thing that you see very far up in the sky and you don't see much more of them. So that's definitely one of the hidden gems.
Yeah. Another hidden gem I would say is Mount Tarawera. I mean, it's not exactly hidden because it's a huge volcano, but it is located just outside of Rotorua, and the only way you can actually get onto this mountain is through a private tour, which is through Kaitiaki Adventures, or with a helicopter tour. So I often compare Mount Tarawera to the Tongariro Crossing in terms of the landscape. It's got some really red volcanic rock around. You see a massive volcanic crater. You get to walk right across the mountain, which is really cool. But in comparison to the Tongariro Crossing, it is super quiet. Only you and your tour group are the only ones that are going to be on the mountain at any one time. So
you'll be with like 10, 15, 20 people at the most, and that is it. You have the whole mountain to yourself for you and 20 people. That is so cool.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one that I want to mention, and that's going to include a couple of things, right? So all of that is paid, but it's called Orakei Korako. So it's probably the least popular, least visited geothermal area in New Zealand, but it's one of the most beautiful ones. There is some really amazing features with so many different colors. We have a video about that as well. We did visit that during a very rainy day, so it made everything so smoky and everything. We loved it, and it's a really awesome place to spend time in. And it's really best coupled with some of the tours. So there is an actual jet boat company called NZ River Jet that does a jet boat tour that goes there. So it's cool to do a combo. Or if you want to skip that, you just see it from far away. The same jet boat tours can take you to a place called the Squeeze, which is really weird. It's so awesome. So it's a really small, very narrow canyon that you have to squeeze your way through, and then you find basically really hot waterfall where you go over there and you kind of treat yourself to some awesome shots.
Yeah.
So that's definitely worth doing. The Squeeze, same thing. You can get the whole place to yourself. It's going to be you and your jet boat. So in the jet boat, you get between 6 and 9 people, and that is it.
Yeah.
So definitely worth doing. Really awesome.
Yeah. The final one I would mention is obviously in Rotorua, a lot of people want to experience the geothermal hot springs, and there's a lot of free hot springs you can do, but they're usually very busy. There's also the hot springs in Rotorua city itself called the Polynesian Spa, which again is very popular and very busy.
That is one of the busiest places.
Because it is in the centre of Rotorua. But if you're looking for that natural sourced hot spring experience, then a really good one to go to, which is a little quieter, is at the Waikiki Valley Thermal Pools. This is a little bit out of Rotorua. I think it takes maybe about half an hour to drive there. But when you get there, it's much quieter than any of the other hot pools that you'll find in Rotorua, and it's very affordable as well. I think it's under $20 to get in there. Yeah. And yeah, they have lots of different hot pools in sort of natural bush settings. And they also have a little geothermal walk to go and see the source of the hot water spring that feeds the pools. And that's a really awesome one to go to as well. And we do have a video on us doing that experience ourselves, which we'll link to in the description below when we do the rebroadcast of this video.
Here you go. So this is our take for the hidden gems around Rotorua. There is definitely a lot to do in Rotorua, and that's one of the places where we always try to advise people to stay longer. There is so much to do in Rotorua. We can't stress that enough. Yeah. Come on, get yourself to Rotorua.
Yeah.
All right. So if you do have some questions of your own, put them in the comment below. If you did find this video useful, make sure to click like, make sure to hit subscribe. We're here to help every single week.